Perfect bio creation versus the perfect robotic creation. Biology versus technology, going head to head. Achieving perfection seems like the pursuit to happiness, but with mankind's twisted will to seek perfection through deviant means, the results of such a creation can have dangerous blowback. Take Perfect Cell, created by Dr. Giro's supercomputer from cells of the universe's strongest warriors, and Super Mario Bros. Z's Turbo Mecha Sonic, a robot created and betrayed by Dr. Eggman for the sole purpose of destroying Sonic the Hedgehog. Both creatures were designed for perfection, but only one truly is the perfect fighting machine. Today we find out which one that is. Today we rewind rumble. Before I introduce you to Mecha Sonic, let's talk about Super Mario Bros. Z's for a hot minute. SMBZ is what many consider the status quo for what a good sprite animated series should be. Original, action-oriented, and the opposite of me. Just kidding, self-deprecation is not funny. The creator of this series is Mark Haynes, and he released his first episode on April 22nd, 2006. You can watch his series on Newgrounds.com. As for Cell, Cell is the ultimate creation of Dr. Giro, who came from a future timeline, designed to possess all the abilities of the greatest fighters that have ever inhabited or visited Earth. The result was the quote-unquote perfect warrior, possessing numerous favorable genetic traits and special abilities. The Turbo Mecha Sonic that we all know and love, or all know and fear, actually did not start off as some ruthless Raditz type character. He actually was once a loyal servant to Eggman. Also, shirtless Eggman exists, which is proof that the Nintendo Switch is the superior console. Only on the Nintendo Switch can you play as shirtless Eggman in HD. I'm getting off track, so let's talk about Mecha Sonic's origins. Like an unevolved Pokemon, Mecha Sonic was once Metal Sonic, and Metal Sonic was loyal to Eggman and did his best to listen to him, fighting for him and against Sonic countless of times. Loss after loss, Metal grew wary of Eggman's ways and came to the realization that he had to take matters into his own hands if he wanted to beat Sonic once and for all. He rebels against his creator and begins searching for the Chaos Emeralds. Metal Sonic betrayed Eggman by sneaking into his secret base and fusing himself with every previous robotic version of Sonic, transforming into Turbo Mecha Sonic. For Cell to reach his perfect form and full power, Cell had to absorb Giro's other biomechanical creations, the androids 17 and 18. Originally hailing from the future of an alternate Trunks in which he killed the androids, Cell killed his timeline's Trunks and used his time machine to travel to the past to absorb this timeline's androids so that he can reach perfection and fight and kill as he pleases. Back to Mecha Sonic. Obviously, committing treason against your creator is going to get you into some trouble, and that's exactly what happened. Dr. Eggman threatened to deactivate his creation for disobedience. What was Mecha Sonic's response? Well, Mecha Sonic did what Mecha Sonic does best. He crashed the Death Egg into Mobius with Eggman on it, bringing mass destruction to the planet. After destroying the Death Egg, Mecha Sonic decided to search for the 7 Chaos Emeralds in order to gain ultimate power and fully complete himself. Cell can absorb others through his tail, either by stabbing them with it or opening it up to engulf them with it. When he stabs them with it, he breaks them down into an easily absorbed slurry of organic matter and then absorbs their energy as well, leaving nothing but clothing behind. As for Mecha Sonic's story, now that Mecha Sonic is a rogue killer, he does what rogue killers do best: kill people roguely. He personally killed each of Sonic's friends and allies, starting with his best friend Tails, following with Amy, Knuckles, Cream, Cheese, Rouge, and Omega. So after years of failure with Eggman, solo Mecha Sonic then collects 6 of the 7 emeralds on his own with no help in just a few hours. All that was standing in Mecha Sonic's way from getting that 7th one was Sonic and Edgy Sonic. Who wins? Well, it's complicated. Shadow uses Chaos Control to send the Chaos Emeralds to a different dimension, just as Sonic and Shadow are about to fight him. Mecha Sonic, using the energy he had absorbed from the emeralds, teleported himself after them, thus leaving Sonic and Shadow behind with no way of pursuing him. Back to Cell. Cell has quite an original personality, with various other characters' personality traits added into his own. Giro's computer redesigned the weak aspects of the original personality, adding the personalities of various different characters to make him the perfect weapon. Mecha Sonic appeared to be the strongest character in Super Mario Bros. Z. According to Goombella's Tattle ability, his power level is over 9,000, although the power level of other characters is unknown, and Mecha Sonic's being over 9,000 1000 is likely just a reference to that Dragon Ball Z meme. Mecha Sonic should at least scale to Sonic and his friends, or vice versa, because it's clear that he usually has the upper hand. He is also able to overcome Cape Mario in a one-on-one battle. Keep in mind, during that battle, Mecha was handicapped. Just prior to this fight, he had defeated Mario and Sonic together in the pipe maze. Throughout the Androids arc, Cell's personality changes drastically with each transformation. At first, Cell's desire to complete his evolution by absorbing both Android 17 and 18 is what fuels him into his imperfect form. Upon reaching his final form, he enrages to test the limits of his newfound power is what defines his character. Cell is quite unique among most villains of the series, in the sense that he's quite sophisticated. Because of his genetic composition from other warriors, he's able to psychologically manipulate those warriors and exploit their weaknesses to his advantage. Mecha Sonic is incredibly fast and strong and uses brutal martial arts styles attacks during battle. He also possesses a machine gun and a missile launcher in his arm. Mecha Sonic also uses energy beams and blasts during fights, the strongest of which must be charged up before use. As for adaptability, Mecha Sonic is able to analyze and replicate the abilities of other fighters. For example, he has demonstrated Sonic's light speed attack and Shadow's chaos control and chaos blast techniques simply through scanning them. As for Cell, due to this combination of genes, Cell possesses numerous favorable traits and special abilities. Like Frieza's race, he can survive the gravest of injuries and live in the vacuum of space, remaining alive even after destroying most of his body with his self-destruction. And he has the regenerative capabilities of a Namekian. However, his have been greatly enhanced, allowing him to regenerate as long as the special core nucleus contained within his head still remains. Some of Mecha Sonic's feats include defeating the combined forces of Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Sonic, and Shadow, even admitting that he was just toying with him. He destroyed Yoshi's Island and emerged unscathed from the Death Egg's crash into Mobius, which shook the entire planet. As for weaknesses, Cell is extremely overconfident, and due to his Saiyan blood, he relishes in a good challenge and will avoid fighting at full power and let his opponents reach their most powerful states to get one. When outmatched, Cell will begin to panic and fly into a rage, fighting irrationally. He also cannot absorb mechanical beams by puncturing them with his tail. He has to do it the old school way. Mecha Sonic seems to be weaker to fire-based attacks and is also quite overconfident, and much of his power is dependent on having Chaos Emeralds, which can be separated from him at any given moment.
And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle will take place on Earth, and remember, there is no prep time. Let the battle begin!
Finally, I have the Chaos Emeralds. Now I only need a way of testing my perfect powers. Hello everyone, I have made a tournament. That's all, come and I'll kill you. Perfect. Should I have given directions to the arena? Apparently no. Perhaps I overdid it a little. I am through playing games. Die! was a nice little warm-up.
I'd like to give a huge thank you to DevilArtemis for voicing both Cell and Mechasonic. He did a great job, and please go subscribe to his channel by clicking that card in the top right or link down below. He's a great animator and has tons of cool Cell-related animations on his channel. I'd also like to thank Team Animation Rewind's Regular Animations XD and Juana's Flash for putting together that animation, and of course, Sketch the Conductor for the Cell theme remix. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis. Perfect Cell keeps his perfect record on Rewind Rumble, so let's break down why exactly Cell takes this win, starting with speed. The toughest part about this is the incarnation of Mechasonic. It's really hard to just take feats from the actual Sega games and fuse them with a totally different entity that is the SMBZ universe. With that in mind, it's safe to say that Mechasonic is at the very least FTL. He can keep up and copy Sonic's Lightspeed Dash, and Sonic himself in the Super Mario Bros. Z series is fast enough to move and reverse the entire world into a standstill. The Earth rotates at roughly 1000 mph or 1600 kph. To make a 6 sextillion ton object stop rotating 1000 miles per hour, Sonic at no more than 50 pounds in reverse would have to increase his mass 13.7 million times over. Using a kinetic energy to mass calculator, Sonic would have to be moving roughly 10,059,249,435 miles per hour, or roughly 15 times the speed of light. This is probably the fastest thing we can find in the SMBZ series, and Mechasonic scaling to 15 times the speed of light is crazy fast, but Cell just has him beat in speed still. In the Saiyan Saga, Piccolo's attacks could already reach the moon in seconds. Raditz was able to dodge his special beam cannon from point-blank range, which is faster than the normal energy blast Piccolo used to destroy the moon. This should make Raditz FTL. Raditz has a power level of 1500 compared to Final Form Frieza's peak of 120 million, which means Frieza is 80,000 times above Raditz in terms of power. Ki increases all physical aspects of a being, including speed, so Frieza should be at least 80,000 times FTL, and Cell should be much faster than that, but let's just scale him directly for time's sake. Cell being 80,000 times FTL means he's about 5,333 times faster than Mechasonic. I use this analogy way too well, but it just works so well. This is like a Ferrari versus a snail. The fastest snail can travel 1/3 of a mile per hour, while a Ferrari F12 can reach speeds of 211 miles per hour, making the Ferrari 703 times faster. A Ferrari is 703 times faster than a snail, but Cell is over 5,000 times faster than Mechasonic. Imagine how impossible it would be for a snail to catch a Ferrari. Mechasonic trying to land one hit on Cell would be 7 times harder than those already impossible odds for a snail trying to touch a Ferrari. And even if we highball this even more, even if we give Mechasonic's super form a 1000 times boost, which is not confirmed, making a super form 15,000 times FTL, Cell would still be 5 times faster, which then is like a cheetah versus a squirrel. You tell me which animal is faster. Mechasonic was strong enough to launch an island-destroying sphere of energy with a single kick, and it was said that that sphere was comparable in size to the island. He was also able to break Axeman Yellow's axe when he swung it at him, and Axeman Yellow is strong enough to split him out in half with a single strike. It's easy to say that Mechasonic is roughly island level. If we give him a super form upgrade and highball this would make Super Mechasonic planet level, and that is extremely generous. Cell would still have him severely outclassed. Cell has stated that he has the power to blow away an entire solar system, a solar system which consists of 9 planets, dozens of moons, an asteroid belt, and 1 star. Compare all of that to maybe highballed planet level Mechasonic, it's quite easy to see that Cell takes this category by a long shot. Mechasonic in theory could copy Cell's abilities, but Cell is just so absurdly faster than Mechasonic, this X factor is more like a no factor. There are many reasons why Mechasonic loses this fight, but if I had to pick one culprit, I would have to say that speed is key, and Mechasonic is just too slow. Yes, it is ironic for the Sonic character to be the slower one in this case, but we can't just fall victim of guilt by association. Overall, Cell is just statistically superior in any way, shape, or form. This loss for Mecha Sonic is not a stain on his character. He's one of the best developed Sonic villains I can think of, and keep in mind, this is a fanfiction character. For a fanfiction character to be developed at this level is a great accomplishment in of itself. However, the victor in this series is chosen by power, not quality, making the winner of this Rumble, Perfect Cell. Now back on CFC, we already did Game Metal Sonic vs. Cell, this was Mecha Sonic vs. Cell, so if you want to see Archie Metal Sonic vs. Cell, all you gotta do is like this video. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Rewind Rumble.